Welcome everyone to the final video of 2025. Today we are looking back at the past, present and the future of City Skylines 2, the main theme of this channel. In this review, I will examine the game's performance this year across 7K points and reflect on what the future might hold for the biggest modern city builder as we head into the next year. Let's get started. "2025 was an extremely mixed year for City Skylines 2, and that was clearly reflected in the updates and content packs released throughout the year. In the first half of the year, the patch cycles was very slow. After the March anniversary update, we had to wait until June for the Case and Pierce update, which ultimately felt like a cosmetic stopgap, a distraction from yet another delay of the Bridges and Pearls DLC. Players received only a small preview of what should have been part of a much larger package. The positive side, at least new content did finally arrive. On the middle of March, the game expanded with 3 new content creator packs: the Leisure Venues, the Dragon Gate and the Mediterranean Heritage. In reality, though, only Leisure Venues is broadly useful. Dragon Gates, Chinese commercial assets and the Mediterranean residential styles are niche additions that only fit certain types of builds. It is important to note that these packs were free for pre-order owners or anyone with the Waterfront Pass. Many interpreted this as a form of compensation after the disastrous Beach Properties DLC in 2024, which with its infamous 4% rating became of the lowest rated City Skylines DLC or content creator packs ever. So we had to wait for the game-changing content until 3rd of December when Supply Chains and Skyscrapers finally arrived. These did deliver something truly meaningful. All of this makes one thing very clear. The City Skylines 2 truly does not want to be a repeat of the City Skylines 1, at least not in terms of its development priorities. It seems the game didn't want to continue the formula of City Skylines 1's most successful expansions like Mass Transit or Park Life. Instead of that, Bridges and Pearls shifted focus toward logistics, shipping and waterfront features. The new content creator packs introduced Asian and Mediterranean themes, something the original game only touched lightly. The innovation is commendable, but paradoxically, the expansions that performed the best were those that repeated classic City Skylines formula. The Supply Chains essentially brings the industry's DLC's unique factory to City Skylines 2, while, well, Skyscrapers is exactly what it sounds like. Supply Chains adds a new strategic layer and makes industrial districts more engaging to build, while Skyscrapers gives us truly monumental structures that elevate the feel of any modern metropolis. These 2 content packs finally feel like expansions worth opening your Steam wallet for. We should also highlight the value of the region packs created by modders collaborating with Paradox. Since late 2024, they have added architectural sets from all around the world, including the most recent Dutch pack from November of 2005. They are free for everyone and definitely extend the building experience. Despite all this, the long-awaited first DLC still landed as a purchase success at best. Its overall rating sits below 60%, meaning mixed, with recent reviews dropping into mostly negative. And that's despite Bridges and Ports offering a huge amount of new content. Spectacular bridges, ports, ferries as a new transport mode and an entire land-sea logistics system. The problem? The DLC has a steep learning curve. It takes hours of trial and error just to understand how everything works. Bridge construction can be frustrating, port growth is slow, as well as some stability issues also happen. And on top of that, the DLC costs €20, essentially the price of a new indie game. So despite its ambitions, Bridges and Ports didn't meet expectations, neither thematically nor technically. Sticking to proven CS strengths like transit parks or campus expansions might have produced a more universally appealing result. It is likely that the developers underestimated just how enormous expectations were compared to City Skylines 1, though the hype surrounding City Skylines 2 certainly didn't help. For the Colossal Order team, the pressure was immense, and as a result, they only partially delivered on long-awaited features this year, and often with delays. Some debts were finally repaid, such as the introduction of bicycles, which the community had pushed for it. Personally, I have never been a fan because of my poor balancing skills of bicycles, but finally the bicycles came out good and enhanced the game experience. Meanwhile, console players are still waiting for a console release date 2 years after the CS2 has launched. Ironically, this meant CS1 continued receiving new expansions and updates simply to keep that audience satisfied. But all of these leads us to the biggest twist of the year, the breakup with Colossal Order. Looking back, it no longer feels surprising that Paradox cut ties with Colossal Order. Constant delays and questionable releases, including the now free beach properties, placed both the game and publisher in uncomfortable positions. To be fair, Paradox shouldn't have expected from Colossal what they expect from developers like Triumph Studios. It is the developers of Age of Wonders. Their initial roadmap demanded a major DLC within 3 months of launch, an unrealistic deadline that resulted in Bridges and Ports releasing almost 2 years late. Many questions remained, and it's clear that this move essentially dismantled Colossal. But starting January 2026, the Tampa-based Iceflake Studios, known for surviving the aftermath, will take over development. In my opinion, if Colossal was the stylish but troublesome wife, Iceflake is the less beautiful but highly obedient partner. For the Iceflake Studio, who have been developing the moderately successful Surviving the Aftermath game, I think it is a huge leap. Also, Iceflake is the less independent developer and is much more integrated into Paradox corporate system than Colossal Order, and the publisher will presumably hold Iceflake with an iron fist, precisely so that it can pull it off as best it can with the latest updates and paid DLCs. As the game grows, so do performance problems. Load times have increased dramatically. What once took seconds now takes 2 to 3 minutes, even with minimal mods. Zooming in causes lagging, and mid-sized cities already push hardware limits. If more CCPs and DLCs pile on, What will the game feel like a year from now? Even the current load times are borderline. If they increase further, the game risks becoming unpleasant to play. Yes, mods like Skype exist, but after spending over €100 on City Skylines 2, one might reasonably ask why performance isn't far better. Hardware requirements were already a major problem before launch, causing many players to delaying purchasing the game or even upgrade their PCs just to run it. With resources spent on photo mode and the new Paradox mods platform, one has to wonder, shouldn't optimization of the game have been the priority? And yet, despite its weaknesses, CS2 ends this year in a remarkably strong position, just because it remains the only truly complex modern city builder on the market. Although High-Rise City initially seemed like a promising competitor, the development team is much smaller and the game was last updated on December of 2024, making it unlikely to be a real challenger to City Skylines 2. And another challenger can be a city-state metropolis, but it's based on the single-person developer, and the two games with the same name so far seems more like a huge hype than a real alternative to City Skylines 2. The reason for all this is that city building is one of the most complex type of the game, as there are many requirements to be met, so there are not many enterprising development teams. Still, it would be good if there was a competitor to City Skylines 2 because it would perhaps speed up the development of Paradox game. Could it be that the recently excited Colossal Orders will develop a new City Skylines? It would be a strange twist of the life, but if the knowledge accumulated there were to manifest itself in a new city builders, the players would definitely be in good hands. So, what can we expect from next year? It is strongly possible that Ice Flake is already deep in training and transition work. Perhaps they have even completed it. The next update is confirmed for January or February, and I expect we will also hear news about the next DLC or content creator packs shortly afterward. An ideal 2022 would include at least 2 major DLCs, several new CCPs, and a faster update cycle than this year. The plans surely already exist. No, Iceflake simply has to execute them. The real question is whether they can tune into what players actually want and whether new DLCs will offer genuine value and popularity. Personally, I am optimistic about this and believe that the game will level up in 2026. Although 2025 was not an easy year for City Skylines 2, even with its weaknesses, it is still the only complex modern city building game of our time. In the absence of a challenger, fans will slowly wait until the game can catch up to its predecessor, the City Skylines 1, in terms of quality. The verdict of City Skylines 2 at the end of the 2025 is therefore neither an acquittal nor a condemnation. I believe that the game has already overcome the most difficult phase of its career. It is slowly growing out of its childhood illnesses and will develop much more dynamically next year compared to before. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share the content. Happy New Year to everyone and have a good game!